of his eye. Sit right down, we're gonna give you the scoop with Ryan Pfeiffer and Lisa Doop. Shama-lama ding-dong loop-de-loop. This is the story of a guy named Mr. Boop.
You're listening to Being Mr. Boop. This guy's married to Betty Boop. Epic. My name is Ryan Pfeiffer, and I'm Mr. Boop.
My name is Cadence Quick, and I am Mr. Boop.
Cadence, of course, filling in for Lisa, who has been lost at sea.
True.
Hopefully the sailors can find her soon. There been no trace. Lisa, please swim to land soon so we can continue the podcast. But in the meantime, it's Wednesday, October 14th, 2020. Today we're reading the 100.
That's
nope,
not
that's
true.
none of that's wrong. It's whatever, Friday, 16th. October 16th, and this is the 182nd.
Whoa, it's my dad's birthday.
It is?
Something happened between this strip and the last one, I think.
Didn't you say it was just your birthday?
My birthday is October 7th, which, as we all know, was a bit over a week ago on October 7th, 2020. But now that it's October 16th, 2020, it's my dad's birthday.
Almost 10 days later.
Yeah.
10, decade.
Oh my god, true!
Wait, did you say what happened in this?
Oh yeah, something happened between this strip and the last one, I think.
Oh yeah.
Well, now that I'm clicking on it, I definitely think that.
Yeah, this you're like, I'm gonna go into this one blind and be surprised by it.
I'm glad these are the 3 strips I got to, take over.
Yeah, I was like,
for.
oh, this will be fun. Have a guest on, and we can talk about the strip. Have it be fresh, and it's like, oh, nope, this is kind of the type of week where Lisa would just take over, basically.
At least this one has more dialogue.
Yes. Yeah. None of the other strips had dialogue because there was Think-A-Log in the last strip. This one's all
Think-A-Log,
dialogue.
yeah.
All dialogue, baby. 4 panels.
Oops, all dialogue.
Oops, all dialogue. There was actually a panel a few strips ago that was oops, all dialogue. Because it was just texting. It was a text screen. He should do a strip where it's all just text. And I don't even mean texting. I mean just a strip. Alec was too lazy to draw the pictures for this strip.
It's just speech bubbles that are going off each side of the screen.
There's actually a Garfield strip like that.
That's funny.
Hey, I managed to bring up Garfield all 3 days this week.
Awesome.
Awesome.
Awesome. Yeah, continue.
The strip where Garfield's like laziness is contagious, and then the art starts to get simpler.
Oh, I think so, yeah.
Yeah, it's a great strip. But there is art in this strip, unfortunately.
Yes. Unfortunately.
Panel 1.
I have to agree with that.
Panel 1. I wasn't even thinking about it because of that, but that's true, yeah. It was. Well, honestly though, imagine if Alec wrote in detail what is depicted in this strip instead of just a picture. I feel like that might be worse.
Yeah, I'm glad that there wasn't a Mr. Boop 181.5.
I'm glad there wasn't a Mr. Boop novelization. I'm glad there wasn't there is a novel. There's not, interestingly, when you click on the strips on Twitter, there's not an info box on the pictures for the strip where you can click in and it describes what happens. That would make our job a lot easier. Mm-hmm. And it would also make it so that I think that's so deaf people or blind people can use Twitter, not deaf people. That's so blind people can use Twitter.
The image descriptions. Yeah.
Yes, image descriptions.
I see that a lot. Imagine if someone wanted to read Mr. Boop, but it didn't have image descriptions, so they only had to use our podcast in order to experience it.
That's why we do what we do.
That's why we do what we do.
You're welcome, Alec. Doing the work for you.
God.
Yeah, so panel 1, Liz and Alec are lying in a bed inexplicably. We have jumped forward in time and in their relationship, I guess, but not that much forward in time. I imagine it's the same day, but this is a step forward for them. They're holding each other and seem to not be wearing any clothes, but Alec is wearing glasses. He wore his glasses to bed, I guess.
Sure.
There's a blanket covering them. There's 2 pillows.
Okay, however, I would like to point out, although Alec did not take off his glasses, Liz did take off her bracelet.
That's right. Yeah. Where'd it go? There's no. Maybe she put it in her pocket. No, she didn't have. There's no pockets.
Bedside table is my best guess.
There's no bedside table though.
Maybe it's not
He didn't
drawn?
depict. Yeah, he didn't depict it. So we have to assume there is none. Just like we have to assume they're in a white void.
Yeah, they're in a white void where the only thing is the top half of this bed.
There is texture on like the pillows and blankets, which there wasn't really much of on the couch. Not really any texture. I mean, there was like texture on the pillows, but it was like pillow shapes. Like it wasn't like here's some lines because it's an object. It was like here's the buttons on the pillow and here's the little squishy part in the middle. Whereas with these bed pillows and blanket, it's like here's lines because it's an object, I guess.
Because it's soft.
Because it's soft and flowy. They're both blushing still. Are they ever going to stop blushing? You think they would be used to it now? Like,
it's a magical evening.
That means they're blushing?
I don't know.
Well, there's 2. They're taking up like the bottom half of the panel. So Alec's head comes up to like the top of the pillow. Liz's head comes a little bit above the pillow, and that's like, and then at the top of Liz's head is like basically halfway point of the panel, and then above all that is 2 speech bubbles. First one from Liz, second one from Alec. What does the one from Liz say?
So, how would you feel about making this official?
Official is in quotes.
It's in quotes, and there's also an electoral heart.
Yes. And Alec responds, nothing would... So let me get into character. Nothing would make me happier. Panel 2, same shot, which was the flapper shot. I would say... I don't think it's more zoomed in, but they look somehow a little bit bigger anyway.
Yeah, I don't know.
Huh.
So it's
I
the
guess they're
same
not.
shot, except for the fact that they've returned to kissing.
Yes, it's a different drawing of...
Yeah.
It's a different drawing entirely, and so I get
It looks like a redraw of the bed from the previous.
Right, everything is redrawn. In redrawing them, they somehow look a little bit bigger to me. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. No, I see it.
I guess we all are also seeing their faces at a different angle. Because they're kissing now.
Mm.
And there's 3 heart flies above Alec's head. It always seems to be above, like more to like the side of Alec's head. Although I guess that's just because he's shorter and it's easier to fit it in above his head. Also,
if you wanted to super read into it, it could also be that this art is drawn from the perspective of Alec Robbins.
That's true.
So he can more accurately portray his own feelings.
Yeah. When she has a thought, he did comment on this. I think it was in one of the shadow synopses, but he said, "Oh, she told me later."
I see.
Which is interesting because it's like, well, because at that point, what she had been thinking was, he's so cute, which is not a thing she would say to him at that point. So if she said that she thought that, it's like, well, when did she say that she thought that, you know, like, because that would kind of advance their relationship. But if she's telling him she thought that, it would be off strip, because it's when he's writing the strip, when he's drawing the strip. It doesn't really make sense in the narrative for him to the shadow synopsis doesn't really work into the narrative very well.
It's implied that like the strips are made like very recent after the event happens. Is that true?
Generally, I don't know how well that works anymore though.
Okay.
But yeah, so also in this strip specifically, in this panel specifically, panel 2, there's a speech bubble in the way, so the heart flies would not fit above Liz's head.
Yes.
So there's 3 speech bubbles, 2 from Liz, 1 from Alec. Liz is a 2-part speech bubble. It goes Liz, Alec, Liz. Okay, Liz says, "Good."
And then Alec responds, "You're really amazing, Electries."
And Liz responds, "So are you, Alec." Panel 3, close up of Alec.
They're no longer kissing, but they're still holding each other.
Yes, since they're so close, we do see a little bit of Liz, like, off panel. Like a little bit of her hair and shoulder. Oh god. And just reading the dialogue. Alec, there's a speech bubble, and Alec says, "I'm so glad I met you, Betty." Ooh.
Awkward.
Ooh. Panel 4, reverse shot.
Yeah.
I would say,
see Liz.
Yeah, this is a reverse shot mode, pretty much.
We see Liz. It's still implied that they're holding each other, but we no longer see Alec off to the side.
So it could be she, like, backed up a little bit when he said that. Or it's just because he's shorter. It could, and he's just, like, not depicted. Because he's so short.
But, okay, if they were in this exact same pose, we would be able to see Alec.
Yes. I was kind of saying a mix of things there. So I was kind of saying a mix of excuses, because it's like, well, he's not depicted. Like, just...
But they're definitely still, at the very least, close to each other.
Yeah.
Anyway.
No, she's like a few feet away now. She backed up. She actually. Well, we don't even know. We could read into this. She could just be like, she could have like sat up between panels.
Like,
whoa,
standing.
Whoa. And then she says, "What did you just call me?" Electral heart. That's what.
And then we see a response from off screen coming from Alec that says nothing.
She's kind of got like an eyebrow raise and like a...
Yeah, her smile has depleted. She's sort of like,
I think we're kind of making it seem like she's a lot weirded out than more weirded out than she is. She is like, I think I would read this as she's just like, huh?
Yeah, it's definitely more of a... Like a
where it can seem like she's like, whoa.
It's more of a confused
look. What did you just call me?
It's more of a confused look than an offended look, if that makes sense.
Back up, buddy. What the fuck did you just say? That's weird. It is weird, though.
It is weird.
It is weird. Although, you weren't here for this, but she did say in a previous, like, the first time they met, she said, "I'm Elizabeth, Betty short for Elizabeth, you know?" So, she did say her name is, like, technically Betty.
Makes sense.
Also, that the other weird thing about that is that Lisa is short for Elizabeth. So she's Lisa Dupe, and there's Betty Boop.
Oh
we
my
already
god.
talked. We already talked about this, but you weren't. I thought you should get to hear that. Except for Lisa, in Lisa's case, is short for Eliza Dupe. So she's Eliza Dupe, like Mario, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, this comic's fucking weird.
Yeah.
he's slipping back into his madness, his insanity. Hopefully Liz will come to her senses and stay away from this madman.
Yep.
But only time will tell.
Only time will tell.
Is this strip funny? Let me see.
I
think
think
I got a joke. It's kind of funny.
It has more
I guess.
talking points than the previous two. There's more to say about it. It has a joke. There's a lot of dialogue, and it's sort of after the previous two. It reaches a bit of an idea conclusion when the other two didn't really do that.
Yeah. This has more of a traditional structure than the other two.
Yeah.
In that way, it's kind of... I don't know. I don't like the events of this strip, but I think it also might be my favorite strip of the week just because it's like just more complete, more of like
I
there's
get
more
that.
going on. I don't know. I don't really care about any of them this week.
Yep.
But I don't know. Whatever. It's a good comic overall, I guess. I don't know. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like I need to reiterate that sometimes.
I need to
like,
reassess my life
feel like
choices. Why did I sign up to be a host on this podcast?
I feel like I'm always shitting on this strip, and I just feel like anyone listening would be like, "Why are you hosting a Mr. Boop podcast?" Like, I do like Mr. Boop.
I also like
I
it.
just
It's
don't like talking about these strips.
It's unfortunate to spend
when you're
more...
just reading this, it's like, oh
You
yeah,
look at
that's
it and
weird.
then 20
Okay,
seconds
anyway.
later, move on and read the next one.
Anyway, you've been listening to Being Mr. Boop. He made another one. I don't know what that means. Lisa, write into info@beingmrboop.com. Tell us what that tagline means. Anyone else listening can do that too. Let us know what you think that tagline means. He made another one. What does that mean? You can visit this. No, you have to write in.
Oh, I see. Okay, I love it.
You can visit the show's website at www.beingmrboop.com for a full I don't even know if that's the real email address, because usually Lisa says the email address. www.beingmrboop.com for a full catalog of episodes and to sign up to host the podcast. Like Hayden's Quick did, not really. For more updates, follow at Mr. Boop Pod on Twitter. Thank you and good night. Oh, I'm at Camo26 also. You can, and at Semi-Sweet Stuffs for everything else I make. And
I'm at Decade Decaf. This is my last one, probably. Hopefully.
Yes.
Kill me.
Thank you for joining and filling in this week.
You know it. I make music and games. Go play.
Doing the devil's work. I don't know. Thank you and good night.
Good night.
This podcast was brought to you by the Pitch Drop Podcast Network. Like what you just heard? Support the show by going to patreon.com/pitchdrop. And while you're at it, check out pitchdrop.net for more of this and other shows.